All right. Well, I am so excited about this Zoom tonight. I mean, we are so blessed, you guys, to have Laurel Greider with us. She's a double diamond down under Chad and Jaree, down through Tina Hatcliffe, and she just blew us away at our meeting the other day. And I want her to tell where she was, and I believe, she's very transparent and willing to share with us. And I believe that she's going to bless you by giving you some real specific things that she did to get back where she needed to be. And she is just knocking it out of the park. And I love the way that she did, how she connected with people and what she said to them. And she's going to share that with us. So you guys just get your pens and your paper. You better have your notes ready to go because she's going to give you a lot of information. And we just appreciate you so much, Laurel. I appreciate you being on here. You're amazing. You just really got my head spinning on this stuff. So tell us what happened. Tell us first of all, tell us how long you've been in the business and a little bit about your journey and what this past year has been, because I think a lot of people need to hear that it wasn't always the best of years. I mean, we all kind of agree last year was pretty much a wash up. So if you could kind of speak to that and then tell what you did to turn things around.
Sure. Hi, everybody. So my name is Laurel Greider. Like Melody said, I'm a double diamond. I've been with the company. It'll be 4 years next month that I've been with the company. And I originally, like most people, just got started for that extra $300 to $500 a month. When I got started, my husband and I were in full-time ministry. He was a worship pastor and I was reverse. He was a children's pastor and I was a worship pastor. And I honestly thought that was our life. Like that was what we were going to do for the rest of our life. We have 4 daughters. We're just going to raise our girls. We're going to be inside the church. We're going to, love people and serve. And so when I got started, I thought it was just for that extra bit of money because with 4 girls, we needed some money for things like weddings and stuff like that. Little did I know that 8 months into this company, my husband would lose his job. I would step down and It Works was all we had. And I went to my very first conference in January of 2015. Barely could keep my head above water at that point because we'd been with this family of churches for almost 25 years when this happened. And so it was quite devastating. We just never saw it coming. But leaving that conference, seeing how they loved the Lord, seeing how the night of worship blew me away. I knew in my heart that God had given us this vehicle called It Works Global and that it was going to be a vehicle to bless our family. So the next month, like literally 6 weeks after that first conference, I went diamond and earned a $20,000 bonus. The next year, right out of conference, 2 weeks after, I went double diamond, earned a $30,000 bonus. Okay, I'm rolling and I'm rocking now. And just life is grand. And my first double diamond check, I just hit the floor. I mean, I have a video of showing my husband what my check was going to be. And he was like, what? Just amazing. And then some life happened and things kind of slowed down a little bit and I lost rank. Not only, I lost my double diamond and I lost that crazy bonus and I was like, okay, well, we're going into 2017. It's going to be a new year and this is what happens. It's part of it. It's not about rebuilding. It's about, ponds get stagnant, but streams stay fresh. And so in your business, you can't just rely on the same people and the same chart. And I've always been told that the people that get you to the diamond, the people that get you to double diamond aren't going to be the people that get you to that next rank. And it's so true. There's maybe 1 or 2 people in my entire organization working that helped me get to double diamond. And so 2017, I thought, here we go. First of the year, it's all going to take off. We're going to get that double back. I'm going triple. And you know what? It didn't happen. And 2017 was a sucky year. It was a horrible year for us. I had a few people that were like some of my top enrollers on my team that got picked off unethically by another company. And what we did was we prayed the right ones in and the wrong ones out, right? We prayed that. It's easy to pray it. It's not so easy to walk through it. And, man, and then, it was a year, it truly was. It was a year of pruning, and pruning hurts. It's painful. It's never fun, but it's always so that we can bear more fruit. And so I don't regret going through that pruning, even though it was really hard. And most importantly, I didn't quit. Now, I did give up, and I'll be honest, and I shared this. I really, most of last year and the first couple of months, 2 months of this year, I really gave up on that I could go any further. I really kind of felt like I was a one-hit wonder, that I'd gone about as far as I can, and I'm stubborn enough, have that bulldog tendency enough that I don't quit. I just won't quit. But I was just like aimlessly, just aimlessly trying to hit at it. It's that picture that you see going around of the guy that he's got the pickaxe and he's mining, and he gets more quits right before he hits the diamonds. And that was me. I wasn't going to quit, but I was just aimlessly throwing that axe. I was just like, oh, well, who knows if this is ever going to happen for me again. And I lost hope. And I think fear of disappointment. I think the disappointment of not being where you think you should be and how far you think you should be. The feeling unworthy, feeling I let people down, all of those things, I just battled them and struggled. I struggled. Conference was amazing. And if any of you know me at all, you know that I'm pretty passionate about horses, and it's always been a childhood thing of mine. I used to ride when I was little. I would draw them. I would do reports about them. When I couldn't get my fix, I'd run up to the lake where there was a riding stable and jump on one. But that kind of left me in high school, and I never really got to pursue that again. And about a year and a half ago, I started taking riding lessons again because of Jeree and at the stables where she trains, and fast starts were paying for my riding lessons. And it was just, I felt like, I don't know, if you've never ever been on a horse, there's just something I can't even explain. Like, it truly is my happy place. And I was afraid to dream. I was afraid to hope. I was afraid that, and so you play it safe. You don't want to be disappointed. You don't want to let yourself down anymore. So you just play it safe. So I've been playing it safe. And I got the opportunity. My check wasn't such that I could actually start paying for lessons again, but I actually just started cleaning my trainer's house and riding again this past November. And it has been such a freedom. And so conference, let's go back to that. Now I know where I noodled. When Mark comes out, and he's, telling the story, and you see that horse run across the video. I'm just like, oh God, okay, now you're going to talk to me, of all things, a horse. Oh, now you're speaking to me, a horse. And he's talking about the dark horse. And he's talking about that dark horse rising, and, it falls through the water, and it's over. I mean, it's over. But it wasn't over. And that so spoke to me. And I just like, okay, God, I hear you. Like, you want me to hope again. And I think that stripping was so necessary. From being in ministry and having a title and a role to play, that stripping was so necessary because God wanted me to find my sole identity in Him alone. And so I just knew, okay, that's it. So I come out of conference and not a lot happened, but I just got to work. And I'll share a little bit about some of the specifics of Melody once, as far as like going through my friends list and messaging people and then starting on this post-to-post thing. And I started at the end of February. And by, I think, the first weekend in March, I already had 6 loyal customers. And I was like, okay, y'all, my entire team had 6 enrollments in the month of December. Entire team-wide. This month alone, I think we're at like 107. Y'all. But God, but God. And I didn't give up. I gave up, but I didn't quit. And so I just kept on. And, and God just in his grace and mercy, he just started blessing my efforts. And this month has been insanity. As of today, I've enrolled 33 loyal customers and 8 distributors. And I don't know if you saw my my live I did today, but Fast Start Bonuses bought me a saddle. And I got my very first saddle. I got to check something off my dream board. I'm like, oh, God is so good. So I got my saddle. I'm going to get to ride in it hopefully this week. And then my next dream board is I'm going to have my own horse. So where do you want me to go from there, Melody?
Oh my gosh, that is just so awesome. I love it. So tell us what you did. Tell us what changed everything. How did you go from February with nothing and the first week in March? What did you do? That's where I want you to go.
Okay, so I've been doing 2 different things. I've been focusing on Instagram for distributors. So I've just been using a little simple script that just says, hey girl, can I be honest with you for like 2 seconds? And she'll say, yeah. And I'm like, okay. So I had hesitated to even reach out, but I work with women like you every day. I think you could be amazing in this business. What are the chances that you'd be open to learning more? So I've just been using something similar to that on Instagram and messaging people. Like my goal is like maybe 30 a day, message 30 people. So I messaged this one lady and 3 days later, just took her through a simple script, shared what we do. First of all, she'd been thinking about working from home. I get her on the phone. She and her first husband were pastors. She was a worship pastor. They had a failed marriage and a failed ministry, but God had completely redeemed, and she was remarried. God was doing amazing things in her life, and it was just a divine God connection. And so she jumps in, and in her first 3 weeks, she signed 17 loyal customers. I was like, I found my spark. I found my spark. I found my spark. I'm so excited. I found my spark. So that's kind of been my focus on distributors, and I've gotten a few from Instagram, but I've got a few from Host to Post. So let's talk about Host to Post. Let's just get real green here. I'm not super green, but I do like to be organized. So I have a folder, a fancy sparkly folder, and I have 5 colored, whatever these sharp, highlighters, that's what they're called. And so we printed, as a team, we printed our Facebook friends list. And so I've literally started going through my friends list. I've got it in alphabetical order. And I have a color code too, you can see here. So blue, I've messaged pink's distributor, orange loyal customer, green unfriended, and yellow is a personal friend or someone in another company. And I was at 5,000. And so this has been really, really helpful to unfriend a whole bunch of people that I either don't have a relationship, or I've been unfriending all the men. I don't need to be friends with men. So here's what I do. I go through, and my first message is, hey girl, quick question for you. Hey Sarah, I had a quick question. Literally, that's all it is. Whether I know them or not, I don't even care. We're friends for some reason. I don't even half these people know how we became friends, but I figure, what do I have to lose? I no longer am emotionally tied to a person's response, so I don't care about rejection. Some will, some won't, so what? So I go through, I'm messaging. And so my goal is 3 hosts a post a day, just get 3. And because sometimes if you get one that kind of goes crazy, you can barely keep up and the host to post, I can read it to you. And I told Melody I would totally share these scripts, but it said my internet was unstable. You can hear me, right? Y'all are good? Okay. Let me preface this. When you get a script, I was in Facebook jail, Messenger jail for a week, and I don't think I was going too fast or anything, but I think enough people are using this script now that the Messenger and all the algorithms are starting to kind of slow things down. And so you've got to take just a little bit of time, and I would say change at least 25% of the wording in the script and make it sound like you. So when they say, yeah, I'll say, okay, feel free to say no, but I was wondering if I could ask a favor. How would you feel about me giving you a post to copy and tag me in for referrals? I'm pushing for a huge promotion this month, and it would mean the world to me. And that's what I sent them. And everyone that said yes, I gave them, in the beginning of the month, I was using the cleanse host to post, because a lot of people are still focused on a good cleanse. That way you can upgrade them and talk to them about the fit packages. And I did a lot of that. But then I started using the keto coffee one, and that's the only one I've been focusing on, because I have sold so much coffee. I sure hope we don't run out. But I've been, doing tons of the coffee. So I tell them what the coffee is and that it's bomb. That's literally, like I say, it's got MCT, and I just say it's bomb. I don't say anything else. And if they don't respond, I'll go back in and say, is that something you'd be interested in? I'm always going to go have a comeback for what to say, but whatever question they tell me, then I let them know it's that I need a 90-day review. They're going to get my discount. And all I'm asking is either a written or a before and after picture, whatever they're comfortable with. I tell them they're going to drink it every other day. Is this something you can do? And most of them are like, yeah, I drink coffee every day. And then if they say, how much is it? Well, that's my next part that I'm going to share with them. I'll say, actually, it's cheaper than Starbucks. And I tell them what the retail price is. And then I'll say, but I'll give it to you for $39 as my product tester for the 90-day challenge. It'll be for March, April, and May. You're going to be obsessed. Sound good? That's it. I've literally been going through that simple conversation with people every single day. And there were days where I was having 2, 3, 4, 5 enrollments a day. I could barely keep up. I'm like, I've not been this excited about my business since I started 4 years ago. This is just insanity. And then another tip, what I've done is, I had a girl that was interested in being a distributor. She was very green, just killed me with questions. So I reached out to her and I'm like, hey girl, I know you've been on the fence about this, but I have an idea. And she's like, what? And I was like, okay, what if I give you a post to copy and tag me in? And then if you decide, I'm always just giving her the out. If you decide you want to do this with me, if you decide you want to get started, anybody that signs up from this post can be your customer. And right away you can work on getting that $100 shopping spree. So that got her off the fence to join me. Another one, a lady put a post up for me, and then someone comments on it and says, yes, she tags her friend and says, hey girl, yeah, I'm going to be your what'd she say? Your rep or something, like your dealer or something. And I messaged this girl. I'm like, you're going to be what? What did you say? What do you mean? And she's like, yes, girl, I want to join. So I signed her up as a distributor that night. And then anybody from that post, became her customer. So yeah, that's been my month. And let me tell you another story real quick. I met with a new distributor that's local to me yesterday, and this adorable little mama, she's pregnant with her second child, 32 weeks pregnant. And I'm not even sure how we became friends, but it was probably through some local group. Well, she comments on one of my posts about joining for free kind of thing. And we go back and forth. So she joins me last Thursday. And then I met with her yesterday to do a little training and just get to know her. She says, yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And I really honestly have been following Jocelyn Yates for a long time now. But I just wanted to be on someone local's team. And I'm like, yes. How awesome is that? So,
gosh, that is so awesome. I love it, because you have set that intention that you're back in the game. You're back in the game. And like you said, God's honoring your efforts and your work. One of the things that you said after you asked when you say, hey, Sarah, or hey, girl, I have a quick question for you. And then they respond and you say, feel free to say no. Mm-hmm. I love that, because then that takes the pressure off immediately.
Absolutely. And
And
that's one thing I've learned through these years is how to have a conversation with people so that it doesn't come across as really salesy or pushy. You're giving them the option to out so that they don't feel pressured or cornered.
yeah, I love that. So are you getting, um, have you had anybody be ugly to you?
Not at all. I've never had anyone be ugly. I've had some people be real, like, girl, I don't promote any businesses on my personal page or,
That's
uh,
fine.
and I just say, well, thank you so much for getting back to me. I hope you have a blessed week. Like, I just bless them and great. That's fine. It's not rejection.
Yeah.
I said, feel free to say no. And they did, and some people don't respond, and that's okay. Um, I still have probably 50 more front and back pages to go through.
Oh my gosh. That is just so unbelievable. I love it. Does anybody have any questions that you want to type over in the chat and we can address that? But, you said, Laurel, that you would share your scripts and where I can post those in our group. And then, um, again, like you said, we'll make sure that we change it up to fit our personality.
Yeah, make it
And
sound like you. Like,
yeah,
people can tell that, when you're saying stuff and it's not you. So make it sound like you, but take the time to personalize this and to change it up somewhat, because you got to protect your business and make sure that you're not getting put in messenger jail.
yeah, yeah. So watch out for that, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you friend request? You're just going on your friends.
Yeah, these are all my current friends. These are all ones I've been very intentional about, every day. And I haven't this late as I've been up to my max. But if you're going to talk about your business, like I shared this on Noel's Zoom last night, there's 4 things you want to make sure you're doing every single day that I do personally. Is one, you got to post. Posting, though, is not asking. And if you go to my page and look, I'm not super like in your face spammy before and afters, all that kind of stuff. I'll make 1 post a day about a product and 1 a day about the business. You got to post, you got to ask, you got to be messaging people, doing the host a post, that type of thing. You got to follow up, which we know the fortune is in the follow up, and you got to grow your network. And so when I was growing my network on Facebook, I went to my sister's page and friend requested all her friends. I went to my brother's page and friend requested all his friends. I went to my high school classmates page and requested all their friends. Like, that's how I grew my network Facebook wise. Also local groups, I go in there and interact and friend request those people as well.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, I am so excited. And this month has been amazing. I think, we really are seeing, some momentum coming back
Yes.
for a lot
I
of
was
people.
paid as a ruby last month, and I got my diamond back on the 25th of this month. So I'm just praising God,
It's
and I
awesome.
get cabs, and I get the match it bonus, and I'm just like, God, you're so good. I'm just so thankful.
Don't ever forget to give praise and glory to where it's
Oh,
deserved,
so good.
always give God the glory. Somebody said, I saw a question here. Wait a minute. Let me go back.
Someone had asked about my yeah, I can give this too, but just my little, how I organize my names as I go through them. That, I don't know if you can see it. Y'all want to screenshot that? So yeah, so that's where I'm just going through my friends list.
Okay. How many messages are you sending per day?
Um, Goodness, it's probably anywhere from 30 to 60, depending on the sheet. There's, I think, 75 total names on here. And so as I'm going through and saying who they are, and, whether it's a distributor, a friend, or whatever, but probably on average 50.
Okay. Okay. And you said you had 5,000 friends.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah, Courtney wants to know if you will say the quote about the pond and the stream. I like that one too, Courtney. I couldn't write that one fast enough, so I'm glad you said that. You
Um,
said something about the stream
yeah.
is always moving.
Well, when it comes to your business, especially if you've been in a little while, we get so bent on our chart and the names that are in those boxes, and there people quit and things become stagnant. So a pond is stagnant. A pond does not grow. It's not healthy. It grows yucky stuff. But a stream has fresh water, and so it's you've got to always be adding fresh water into your stream, into your network. And another way to say this is that it's easier to create new life than it is to raise the dead.
Yeah, so true. So true. And your exact quote, we just have to watch the replay and see exactly.
I don't remember what I said.
Well, it was perfect. It just really flowed like a stream right out of your mouth. And it was awesome.
Well,
so
good.
anyhow, let's see. I think Susie had a question. How much time do you dedicate each day to doing this?
I think one page takes me about an hour. Takes me about an hour and a half to do one page. So yeah, so as far as that part, the going through the page, that's about how long it takes me. When you get a post going, someone asked, like, what if it doesn't get any comments? If it doesn't get it, then they just obviously don't have very much engagement on their page. And, that's why your goal is that's why you try to get through a page so that you can hopefully get a good 2 or 3 going. I have one of my distributors, I think she had 5 going at once, and they were all kind of popping with people commenting. And so she got really overwhelmed. So we backed it down. I'm like, let's just do 2 or 3 a day,
Wow. Okay. Another Emma said her host to post never gets results.
These are ones that you're having friends do. You're having friends do host to posts.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you just gotta keep going, because Jeree, Ambassador Diamond, was just like, this is not working. I'm not getting any comments. Let me give you another tip. Go and if even if you're not going through your friends list, who on your friends list is influential? Who on your friends list is a realtor, a hairdresser? Think about that. Go to someone that has some influence and ask them for that favor and see if they'll host a post for you.
Are you offering to give them anything in return for hosting the post?
Nope. I used to.
Wow.
But you got to remember, 80% of the population is yellow. They're the yellow personality. They're willing to help. And so when they see that you're going for a promotion, that you've got a specific goal, yeah, girl, I'll help you out.
So, but there's nothing wrong with later if that one really ends up being a huge fountain of referrals and all, that you can, just give them some coffee or give them something that would just to bless them for being such a blessing to you.
We've lost the art of thank you cards.
Yes.
And being sincere with people and building that relationship. We've kind of lost that art. Absolutely. And if you have a post that blows up, go back to that person and say, girl, listen, I'll sign these customers up and they can make me money, but have you ever thought about making some money like this? Totally flip that script.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Somebody's asking for you to share your colors again. Guys, she'll send us a picture of that too, and we can put it on the in the files. So just got a PDT to do a host a post while listening to the Zoom. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, Laurel, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited that you got a saddle with your money and that you're writing and you're doing that. That just blesses me. I didn't have any idea that was a passion of yours. And
I really lost me last year. The past couple of years, I lost me. I was just existing. And man, you guys, find something that sets your soul on fire and just go after it, because life is short and we're not promised tomorrow. And it'll inspire somebody else to go, well, if she, doggone it, can go after her thing, then you know what am I waiting for? Why? I would rather not end my life with a bunch of regrets. I would rather have taken the risk and been willing to go after that thing that I'm so excited about.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. And whoo, I just
love you.
Thank you for pouring and just sowing into us. And you know what? God's just going to bless you that much, even more. So
it's my pleasure. It's an honor.
Yes, thank you. I love you guys. We'll see you later. We'll get that information from Laurel. Thank you again, Laurel.